أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين، واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ومن الناس من يتخذ من دون الله أندادا يحبونهم كحب الله والذين آمنوا أشد حبا لله. صلوات. So after a long time, we are resuming our discussion on Dua Kumail. Usually when we get chance, if there is no majlis, so we discuss this great dua of Imam Mawla Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salatu wasalam. A dua that he has taught his companion, and now it is named after his name, is known after his name. It is Dua Kumail. So actually we reached, as I remember, we reached to this sentence, and I'm just resuming that so we don't repeat what we have already discussed. In this paragraph, Imam is saying, Ya Ilahi wa Sayyidi wa Rabbi aturaka mu'adhibi binarik. Ya Allah, are you going to punish me in your hellfire? Ba'da tawheedik, after I believe in your tawheed, in oneness. وبعد من طوى عليه قلبي من معرفتك, after my heart got used to your ma'rifah, your recognition, your knowledge. Means I not just believe in your oneness and just say it by heart, with my tongue. I just claim it. No, it is truly, I believe it with my heart, and I know that you are one, and I know that you are my Rabb. I have your recognition, I have your ma'rifah. وَاللَّهِجَ بِهِ لِسَانِ مِنْ ذِكْرِكَ. And my tongue has been used to speak about you, invoke your name. And we discussed that see the selection of words of Imam. لَهِجَ بِهِ لِسَانِ مِنْ ذِكْرِكَ. The word lahija, lahja. Lahja means accent, right? So my tongue has an accent of your dhikr. How beautiful is this? What does accent mean? See, now I'm speaking English, right? Anybody who hears my English, he will know my origin, where I'm originally. Why? Because I learned English afterwards. When I grew up, I have an accent. I have to accept it. I have an accent. And through my accent, you recognize me. An Irani, when he speaks English, I can say he's from Iran. He's from Iraq. He speaks English. He's Indian or Pakistani. He's Desi person speaking English. And Chinese, you can say it immediately. He's speaking English. Japanese, anyone. Why? Because everyone has his own accent. Through his accent, you recognize him. Why? Because he might be speaking better than anyone, even better than Native Americans. His English might be more academic. He might be more knowledgeable. But he has accent. What is accent? Accent is something that his muscles get used to it. And he cannot change it now. And when he speaks, you will say, who is he? لَهِجَ بِهِ لِسَانِ بِذِكْرِكَ. Now my accent is your dhikr, ya Allah. This is my accent. Your dhikr is become my accent. मेरा लहजा बन गया है. अजीब, Allahu Akbar. See this dua. وَاللَّهِ جَبِهِ لِسَانِي مِنْ ذِكْرِكَ وَاعْتَقَدَهُ. Now actually we reached here. وَاعْتَقَدَهُ الضَّمِيرِ مِنْ حُبِّكَ. اعتقاد, you know اعتقاد means faith and belief. I have the faith in your oneness, Ya Allah. If in your tawheed, O Allah, I have the i'tiqad, I have strong faith. I believe in it. How? Dhamiri, my conscience, my heart, my thoughts, my mind, my everything that actually, my subconscious, it actually believes in your oneness. Min hubbik, out of your love. Since I love you, see, sometimes what happens that you have things in your mind. Sometimes you don't have it in your mind, but somebody is talking and suddenly you remember something. It is in your subconscious and it emerges. Suddenly it emerges up, comes out. Why? Because somebody has reminded you. So you have it, even if in this dunya, whatever happens, but I have in my conscience and my subconscious, I have your dhikr, Ya Allah. I have your i'tiqad, I have your faith, believe in you because of what? Because of love to you. Love of Allah is a very, very vast topic, very wide topic. And Quran has talked so much about it. Love of Allah. See, many people say La ilaha illallah. They say it. They believe in La ilaha illallah. That is true. But do they love Allah? Millions of people, more than 1.5 billion, 1.8 billion people in the world, they say La ilaha illallah. Almost 6 billion people believe in God. They name him what they name, but they believe in God. How many of them really they love God? They love Allah. So I love Allah. Everybody, I love Allah. Why not? I love Allah, that's why I am here. Me, myself, I'm sitting here, I love Allah, that's why I'm talking about Allah and I'm talking about love of Allah. Really, I love Allah. The rule is this. This is the ruling. What? That love of Allah and love of this world does not, gather in one place. You cannot bring them in one place, these two loves. They have no connection to their, together. If you have love of Allah, you have no love of dunya. If you have love of dunya, you have no love of Allah. You might have believe in Allah, but not love of Allah. See what Quran is saying? وَمِنَ النَّاسِ there are some people who مَنْ يَتَّخِذُ مِنْ دُونِ اللَّهِ أَنْدَادًا, who take gods other than Allah. They believe in other gods. يُحِبُّونَهُمْ كَحُبِّ اللَّهِ, and they start loving those fake gods just like somebody should love Allah. كَحُبِّ اللَّهِ. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَشَدُّ حُبًّا لِلَّهِ. But those who believe in Allah, those who are true mu'mineen, they are very strong in love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So many ayat See, just one ayat. قل إن كان آباؤكم وأبناؤكم وإخوانكم وأزواجكم وعشيرتكم وأموال اقترفتموها وتجارة تخشون كسادها ومساكن ترضونها أحب إليكم من الله ورسوله وجهاد في سبيله فتربصوا حتى يأتي الله بأمره. Surah Tawbah 24. There is a kind of admonition to those people who were not going for jihad, for the ghuzwa, when the Prophet was calling them. So he said, if your aba'ukum, your parents, your children, your siblings, your spouses, your families, وَأَمْوَالٌ اقْتَرَفْتُمُوهَا, and your wealth, وَتِجَارَةٌ تَخْشَوْنَ كَسَادَهَا, and your business, your job, anything what you call is the source of your income, وَمَسَاكِنَ تَرْضَوْنَهَا, and your beautiful houses and homes that you really like very much. If all those things, see the list, start from آباؤكم أبناؤكم أخوانكم أزواجكم عشيرتكم أموال اقترفتموها تجارة تخشون كسادها مساكن, houses, ترضونها, you love them, أحب إليكم من الله ورسوله. If all those things, this is dunya, right? Everybody loves his relatives, all these lists that Allah is mentioning. Why not? Allah is asking us to love them. But He says, if you love them more than Allah and Rasul, then you are not a mu'min. Here is the criteria. So let's see really who has the love of Allah this much. That when it comes to comparison to other things, you prefer the love of Allah. Love of other things is not forbidden, is okay. And sometimes is very much recommended by Islam, by Allah Himself. But the love of Allah has the preference. When you compare the love of Allah with any other love, love of Allah should be your priority. In your heart, nothing should be more beloved to you than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. So many more ayat. I will end with this. So love of Allah, and this is what Imam is saying. Ya Allah, I love you. I love you with my heart, my mind, my conscience. I love you. All my existence is nothing but your love. When I love you, it means I don't love other things. Yes, I care about other things. I can look to other things. I can try to, get those things, but not on the price of love of Allah. To leave Allah's love and start loving this. Most of the people, even those who believe in Allah, they are in dunya, they love dunya, they don't love Allah. Allah's love is there, yeah, they love Allah, but secondary love. More than Allah, they love this dunya, they love their positions, they love their interests, they love their dunya. Now, how about the love of Ahlul Bayt? How about that? If somebody has love of Ahlul Bayt, then how can he love Allah? When there should be no love in your heart but Allah's love. How about love of Ahlul Bayt? Love of Ahlul Bayt is not something separate from Allah's love. It is part of Allah's love. And not just part of Allah's love, it is the proof of Allah's love. When you love Ahlul Bayt, it is proof that you love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Because Allah, who is seen in this ayat in Surah Tawbah 24, Allah is saying, don't love all those things, even your parents, your relatives, your mal, your anything that belongs to you. You should not love them. And if you love them more than Allah and Rasul, over. Why? Because you can love them more than Allah and Rasul, because they are coming parallel with Allah and Rasul's love. But love of Ahlul Bayt is not in the same level. It is actually because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You cannot compare it with dunya. Love of Ahlul Bayt is not dunya's love. Love of Ahlul Bayt is Allah's love. Allah is saying, قُلْ لَا أَسْأَلُكُمْ عَلَيْهِ أَجْرًا إِلَّا الْمَوَدَّةَ فِي الْقُرْبَى. In none of the places Allah said you should love your house, you should love dunya. No. Allah said love Allah. But the same Allah who said just love Allah, He is saying love Ahlul Bayt. It means love of Ahlul Bayt is not different from love of Allah. Another ayat which is proof for this is a very famous ayat that you read many times from Surah Al-Imran. It says, قُلْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهِ. Tell them that if you really love Allah, what is the proof? فَاتَّبِعُونِي يُحْبِبْكُمُ اللَّهِ. So then you have to follow me, follow Rasul. Allah is saying, tell them that these guys, they have to follow you. How can you follow Rasul without his love? The more you love him, the more you follow him. Correct? So love of Rasul and Ahlul Bayt is the proof of love of Allah. See today what is going on in this world. Those who love Ahlul Bayt says actually they love Allah. That's why when something comes to speak about truth, about right, to stand up for the truth, only these people stand up. The world has seen it now, today. It is proven. So, this is what Imam is saying, oh Allah, أَعْتَقَدَهُ ضَمِيرِي مِنْ حُبِّكَ. I love you, Ya Allah. When I love you this much, which means when I love you, it means I do not prefer anything over your love. So how can after that you put me in Jahannam? See, asking this question is out of love in this dua. So giving us the sense of true love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sallallahu Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.